My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today is gonna be a little bit of a rant episode. It's something that I've realized pretty recently, and the more I think about it, the more I dislike this particular thing that happens in marketing and in sales. And it's nothing new, right? Like, this is a principle that I heard back last year when I was just first diving into marketing and sales. Well, learning about online marketing and online sales, and so I was listening to one of Russell Brunson's books, and I can't remember which one. Sorry, it would take me forever to leaf through all of them and find it. However, he mentions that in reading an old book from like the early 1900s, one of the Bibles, quote unquote, of sales. There's a principle that he read and follows, that says something to this degree. When you're selling, when you're marketing to people, to your prospects, to your audience, point out the faults and the defects in the program or the products that they're currently using, and let them know why they're ineffective, why it hasn't given them the results that they've wanted. Take the fault and the blame away from the consumer and put it on the products and services that they're currently using. So that way you can come in with your products and your services as the solution, right? Like, okay, so we got something better. All of those other guys didn't work, and because their programs are wrong or their products suck, here's my product that's way better, and it will help you achieve the thing that you want to achieve. For example, there's this one ad that really drives me crazy because I'm a runner, right? Like, I love running, and that means a lot of cardio. But there's this one ad that talks about, and I get it. It's a great ad, and I know a lot of people fall for it because I still see this ad all the time, so it must be effective. The ad basically says, everything you've been told about cardio and how to burn fat and be more lean is wrong. Don't, like, the people that have told you to do a lot of cardio to get more trim haven't been telling you the truth. And I'm like, oh God, that's so annoying. It's annoying for one because I'm a runner, like I said, but it's also really, really aggravating because I understand that it works. and so like, people are going to continue to use these kind of tactics. I mean, if you look at just something as common as cell phones, it's one of the things that I see a lot is people always, companies, sorry, not people, companies always comparing their phone and how much better it is than the other phone, right? Like that's standard. It's a tactic that works from a psychological standpoint. Yeah. I mean, it creates sales. It creates conversions, right? It converts to sales, and marketers online use it all the time. My gripe with it, however, is that it creates confusion in terms of what's real information, what's real factual information, right? There's not, I mean, it's impossible to kind of have a regulatory body, to keep people in check and from making certain accusations and false claims about what works and what doesn't work. So we're left with all these marketers, and because again, the internet is accelerated, it's multiplied, it's magnified. So there's tons of people doing this, marketers using this. I think majority of marketers use this. And what I see is just, again, all of this information telling people that everybody else is wrong, right? Like, and so it's hard to discern anymore. Even though with their advertisements or like it's marketing, it's just a bunch of more. It's even more noise of information out there that can potentially confuse people into not knowing what's actually accurate and what's actually truth and factual. I don't know what the solution is. All I know is I'm going to do my best to not participate in that kind of sales tactic. That's all it is, sales tactic, right? Yes, it's a sales tactic that again is very effective into converting sales. It's very effective to the outcome of converting sales. However, it's one of those things that I think, well, sales tactics in general, I'm not a big fan of, because it kind of it teeters the line of manipulation so that you can create the desired outcome for you, and it sometimes can forget the actual needs of the consumer, or the prospect that you're actually selling to, right? If you're willing to perpetrate half truths, and it's putting it mildly, to sell your products, your goods, your services, then do you really have the consumer's best interest in mind, or do you have your own bottom line in mind? And so this is the kind of conversation that I like to have with myself, because I don't feel good doing that personally. And if you do, that's fine. Again, this is this age old sales tactics that work, and that will garner you sales, that will equate to conversions for you. I don't know. Maybe I have too much of a guilty conscience to employ something like this, because I know, X, Y, and Z individual marketer, his program, or X, Y, and Z marketer, her products are easily as good, and will give the consumers and the end purchaser great results, right? Like my products results, my services results, my programs, everything that I'm marketing and selling, are not going to. I don't want to rest those things on talking about. Sorry, long pause. On talking about how bad other people's and how bad and ineffective other people's products and services are, because it's just like it's stupid. It's stupid, at least for me, right? At least for me. Again, I see marketers do it all the time, and it's from a psychological standpoint, it's a sound sales principle, but it does, I think, contribute to the incredible amount of noise and confusion that already is the internet. And so that's the other thing, I guess. Like, I don't want to contribute to to people's confusion of what's real information and what's not real information. Yes, cardio works, but yes, also, your program or your exercise thing works as well. I mean, I'm lean AF, and I do mostly cardio. Well, not right now because my ankle's still healing, but like I don't know. I don't know. Again, this is mostly a rant episode, but I just wanted to put this out there. I will eventually. This will take more form, but I wanted to establish kind of my, I don't know, my position of what I'm willing to do, and practices that I want to employ to make sure my integrity, for me personally, and this is a personal judgment. Again, I make no judgment if you employ that specific tactic, but for me, from my own edification and my own kind of feeling okay about myself, and my own integrity, that's a specific tactic that I don't employ, and I will, as much as possible consciously not employ in my marketing, because with this episode, I am establishing a level of standard for myself. You don't have to do it for you, but if you want, if this resonates with you, then let's go on this ride together with this particular topic, because I think it's important on all the levels, in the different aspects of the conversation that we've talked about today. So, I know, a little bit of a rant. Definitely a lot of rambling and a lot of pauses, because it's still something that's forming in my head. But it's important to me. So I would wager that it would be important to somebody else, or at the very least, it might at least wake you up to something that I see going on in the marketplace. Okay. Anyways, that's it for today's episode. That's it for my message. Tune in tomorrow. If you're not following me on Facebook, come join us in our Facebook group. I do, again, give more value there. I want to make it very, very exclusive and spend a lot of my energy and time in pouring into that community because I want it to be exclusive for you guys, for the community members. So come join us. It's facebook.com/groups/path of the network marketer. And then if you want to follow me, because I am going, doing the 45 live right now, which I encourage you to do on Facebook, going live every day for 45 days. My Facebook is Ronnie Cruz 11. I'll put the links to both of those things in the show notes of this episode. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for letting me vent and rant. I will definitely formulate and make this idea a little bit more concrete over time. However, this is just the beginning, right? Setting that setting my own standards for how I do business basically is where this is at. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you in the next one. Until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.